Can you tell me a little about your testimony and how it affects your music?
That's a long...
I know. Brief.
Which testimony?
Oh.
Just how I got saved or with my wife? Cause that's
either.
a long, deep one. That's fine.
No.
Oh my. It's just hard because it's hard to like brief it and just jump into it.
Okay.
Wow. Well, basically, I mean, if you've read stories, if you've read interviews and stuff, I mean, a lot of people know I lost my wife to cancer, and you know, I think the greatest thing that God taught me about unconditional love, when I first found out that she had cancer, we weren't dating, we weren't anything. She was a friend of mine, and we had dated in the past, but it wasn't anything where, you know, we were kind of pursuing that. So when I found out, I was like, I knew that if I was going to take this step and start getting closer, that we would probably eventually get married, and it would be one of those things where I would be married her not knowing what was going to happen. But I learned about a little bit of unconditional love, where no matter what the price, no matter what may happen, that I'm still going to love, I'm still going to be there. And so during the engagement, you know, she went through chemotherapy and she went through all that, the battle of losing her hair and everything. And I remember just her always just during those moments just saying, "Jeremy, I want to worship the Lord." And I just remember those times of just amazing, powerful ministry of just pulling out the guitar and singing worship songs, and have her just, after going through treatments and stuff and still worshiping the Lord, was just powerful, you know. And so just, like I said, I don't know how to shorten this whole thing. It's so deep, but you know, it's one of those things where it's watching that and watching her love for the Lord no matter what she was going through really kind of through my life now, and when I go through stupid little trials now and I get upset or get bummed out, and you know, there are things that are so pointless and that they're just because I'm being selfish or being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look at that and I go, Lord, just forgive me, you know, because no matter what, it's just consider it pure joy, my brother, when you face trials of many kinds. And I'm like, I understand it doesn't mean you have to do jumping jacks and, you know, run around in circles, but I realized that through the trial that I went through, the joy that's came out of that, through seeing people's lives being changed, I see the refinement of what's happened, you know what I mean? And I see that God has used that in such a powerful way that for me it's one of those things where I understand now when it's just considered joy because of what the result's going to be in the end. I don't get it, I don't understand that, but now I can kind of see what God has done. I have two beautiful children now, you know, a beautiful wife that God has blessed me with, but it's a big part of the ministry God has given me, you know, because I kind of have a ministry of comfort and encouragement to those who are hurting. And in 2 Corinthians it talks about we're called to comfort others with what we've been comforted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh. We're called to comfort others with what we've been comforted, he says in 2 Corinthians. And I do believe that's part of the ministry God's given me. You know what I mean? And so, I'm like... but it's hard because I hear stories and I have people send me stories of like, pray for us, you know, losing somebody or lost somebody, and it's like, I know it's part of it, but it is hard, and it's draining, and I experienced some of the stresses of man, like I went and visited this little boy named Judah, and I saw his parents, because Judah died, you know, about 12 days after I visited him. He was 3 years old and had a heart condition, but I saw his parents about a week ago. I was able to hang out with them, but just, you know, I was feeling the emotion a little bit of just like, wow, you know, you're doing okay, and it's just always there, you know, but I know it's part of what God's called me to do, and I'm willing, you know, and I know He's allowed me to go through that to bless me with the opportunity to be able to minister to people that are hurting, you know, and so it's affected in a huge way how I'm able to minister on stage and off stage and relate to people.
Yeah.
So,
good job summing it up there. How would you describe your music?
Very personal.
Okay.
Like people, like a long time ago, I remember, this is really funny, this girl is after my wife, Melissa went to be with the Lord, and she goes, I'd love to get coffee and get to know you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, hey, just listen to my music and you'll get to know me, because it's very personal. You know, you'll know my heart, you'll know what I deal with and what God teaches me. And I was like, cool. That's that kind of way to like push it away. No. But because I just feel like that I've always wanted to wear my emotions on my sleeve, my heart on my sleeve, so that people that go through, everybody goes through trials, and it's not, everybody goes through hardships, and everybody goes through, all my songs aren't just about hardships and trials, but It's about just, you know, taking action and taking stands for things. And like the song tonight, just saying tonight, I will take my cross, tonight I will count the cost. And just saying, you know, now, Lord, I'm going to deny myself, you know, just my selfishness and all the things that, you know, I put in front of you and stuff. But I'm sorry, I'm like, it's so distracting.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. I'm like, it's so distracting. But, you know, that's how I describe music. It's very personal, you know. And you have upbeat songs and you have ballads. You know, our shows are very up and down. We have, you know, there's worship songs. It's all worship. But you have those moments and you have the fun moments. You have, you know what I mean? So.